Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, and for today's Monday mystery reveal unboxing, that's pretty much exactly what I'm going to be doing. But as always, I like to turn it into a bit of a guessing game, give you guys some clues and see if you can find out what I've got inside this box I'm about to be adding to my collection and indeed sharing with yourself. So this obviously wasn't the original box that it came in. We've got, you can probably hear, so I suppose I'm going to have to give you some. It's going to be difficult to do this, let's be honest. So I'm going to give you some clues. There's more than one figure in here. There's a few figures. And yeah, this is going to be really sort of quite difficult. This is a Japanese exclusive figure. Originally, the molds were used in 1992 in Japan. So in Japan, these figures came out as part of the Operation Combination toy line, which was, of course, the very, very last wave of their toys of Generation 1 in Japan. When they were released in Japan, they were released, this particular set of figures and a lot of the others like these were released in little gift sets. But the thing within Generation 1 in Japan in 1992, they were all released as Autobots. These molds were then used 2 more times. This is the final time of these. So in 2002, the molds were used again. I think it might have been part of the Cybertron toy line, but they were reissued as part of Hasbro figures. It was the first time Hasbro had used the molds. And again, they all had slightly different names, but then funnily enough, back in Japan a year later, 1 year later, as part of the Transformers Micromaster toy line that again was a Japanese exclusive, they got their hands back on the molds, and that's pretty much what we've got in here. What they did was they reissued all of the figures again. They reissued them all in little blind boxes. I say blind boxes, they weren't blind boxes, they were numbered 1 to 6 with each member of each team. So that's pretty much giving you an idea straight away that yes, it's a combiner, and that yes, it's a Micromaster combiner. So because that's how many, there were 6 members per team. Whereas in Japan, because they were doing the little boxes, they did chase versions, and 1 in every 12 boxes was a chase version of this particular figure. So friends of the channel and people who perhaps have an inkling of what I'm talking about, I've done a special review on what was 6 Builder, which was all the same colours. Again, exactly the same thing. It was chase versions, but it was 6 Builder, and they used that to give it Devastator colours. I've also done 6 Liner, all in red, which again was all chase particular versions. And funnily enough, yeah, there you go. There's a chase version of Landcross right here as well. So this is one of the other chase versions. There's 2 left. I do have the other one on the way. This one is the one I had to save up first and foremost to get this. So huge thank you to Paul at the Space Bridge, who managed to acquire me this particular one. So there's 2 left, I believe. I don't think there's any more, because the train bots were obviously the same for both molds. They just changed the colours. So again, in 1992, if you know your Japanese, so there was 6 Building, there was 6 Train, 6 Liner was the other trains. Who's the other ones I'm missing? I can't think. I know there's 5, isn't there? Of course there was. The one of them is the other one that I'm missing, and this one is the others. Now this one is the one that I believe was sort of, was he supposed to be like Defensor? I think it was supposed to be when it was released in the Cybertron toy line. It was like a mini Defensor. They were like mini protector bots, because they were, I suppose, little mini rescue vehicles. Whereas in Japan, that year later, they released the entire set in a black deco, with Decepticon logos on them as well. So I think this is the first time that first and only time, to be honest, set of molds was ever used as Decepticons. And if you've managed to guess it, I've just completely forgotten the name. I do apologise because they changed the name. I will, of course, let everybody know when I do the full review of it, but I'm just going to show you half of the combined form here. This is the 6 Turbo reverse. It's reverse something version of him, because they've got Decepticon logos on them all. It is just beautiful black. It's a bit like gunmetal grey and a bit black deco. Here's the legs and it all. And yes, 6 Turbo was one of the other molds, and it was all like, as I say, sort of pretty much mini Micromaster rescue vehicles, a little bit like Defensor. So this is the Japanese 2003 chase version of a 6 Turbo. So yes, I'll be building that up, bringing out the other 2 that I've got, and doing a special video on all of these. So you probably didn't get this, but if you did, don't write the name of it, just put the time that you got it, and of course I will do a special video on them very, very soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.